You got some coffee on your shirt.
I don't. I haven't had any coffee. She said, you wait till she push that button to say something silly.
I know, right? All right, here we go.
What's up? Bill McCleskey in the building with
my boy.
He said my boy.
Just be smooth. Can't stop to lie. Won't stop to lie. Can't stop to lie. Won't stop to lie. Can't stop to lie. Won't stop to lie. Ain't no G-code. Just be smooth.
Welcome to TechDontSleep podcast. It's your boy Bill McCleskey in the building. Hey y'all, with my guest host again, my favorite person for the next 45 minutes, Karen Williams of Mitech Agency. What's up, Karen?
What's up, Bill?
And we have an amazing guest. Don't sound too excited, Karen. We have an amazing guest. Once again, you know, we always try to bring the value and some cool entrepreneurs in the tech space. And we have none other than Phil Henry in the house.
Right.
Phil is the founder of CodeX
Academy.
All right. CodeX Academy, because guess what? People want to learn how to code, and we know that that arena, that field is growing like crazy. And Karen, you work in the software engineering field. You're recruiting professionals and filling positions in with those roles. And so you know how much of a demand there is.
Huge demand.
Yeah.
Yes.
And one thing about this too, and Phil, man, we're gonna jump into your story and talk about what you do, how you grew your business, and all the success you're having, man. I seen you in the paper. You know what I'm saying? But Karen, your husband is a software engineer, right?
He is.
I got a question.
Yes.
And Phil, you can jump in on this.
Okay.
But is he self-taught?
He is not, but
Okay.
he did accidentally fall into it, which is a story a lot of people have that are in tech. They kind of just fell into it, weren't like, oh, I went to school for it. But he did go to school for it.
He did go to school and study computer science.
He did.
And then he learned how to code in college.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And then on the job.
Yeah. So Phil, with CodeX Academy, and we're gonna jump into the details. But I know a lot of people that like want to code, like me, for example. I want to learn how to code, but I also want to learn how to cook salmon really good.
Right.
So I just go to YouTube for everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so do you think it's really realistic for somebody to learn how to code on YouTube, like using YouTube?
I mean, it's been done. I mean, you know, you have those prodigies out there who, you know, are extreme geniuses who can do it. But I mean, for the vast majority of people, no. I mean, no, not at all.
And is that not because YouTube doesn't have maybe a course or the resources, it's primarily because people just don't have the discipline or the structure, so to speak?
Both. So it takes discipline, it takes structure. I mean, this is an extremely difficult skill to pick up. So like you have to be focused. You need a lot of support while doing it. So I mean, it's very easy to learn on YouTube, and then once you come to, let's call it JavaScript, I mean, that's going to take a minute, right? So you do that, and you're like, you know what, I'll come back to it, and then 2 or 3 months go by and you haven't even looked at it. So I mean, it's like you need support, you need guidance.
It's like learning a new language, like literally like Spanish or German or something. I mean, it's good to have some structure and I don't know, some type of regimen that you can stick to. You know what I mean? Yeah. Are you a programmer though, Phil?
Nope, not at all.
Okay,
not at all.
You just jumped into space. It's crazy. Karen talking about people fell into space. I'm like, how did you fall in? I'm like, did you wear your eyes closed? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely people can fall in. Meaning that wasn't their intent, right? My husband was working in a warehouse. He was just a warehouse worker, and one day he put a virus on the computer so they could go home early. And that unraveled.
I wouldn't have said that.
I mean, it was 20 years ago. But it was that's where kind of a lot of it started. Was at that job. The people there took real interest in him, and they sent him to college, and got him to go to college so that he could get the job in the tech field that they had in there. They wanted him to do because he couldn't get the job unless he had the degree, and so he went and got the degree.
Where did he go to school at?
He first started, so he did like a copy paste thing. So he went to Remington, which is like an associate's degree.
Yeah.
Then he went and got his bachelor's degree in computer science, and then he went and got his master's degree in business management. So he did kind of put it together because he didn't really know. So he started off with the associate's degree, then went and got the bachelor's, and then his master's degree.
I'm telling you. All right. So all right. I'm just making an announcement right now. I'm going to become a software engineer. That's all I gotta say.
You could definitely do it.
And I might have to jump on CodeX Academy. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
So we'll see. So, all right. So Phil, man, we want to learn a little bit more about you, man.
Sure.
And the way that we actually do this is by playing a game. Okay.
I saw.
You saw that?
I saw it.
Okay, we try to catch people off guard, but apparently somebody's trying to be efficient with the emails. All right, so this game is called I Got 5 on it, man. So, you remember that song back in the day, right?
The Loonies,
man. So I want to ask you a question, and then you just have 5 seconds to answer each question. Okay? Oh, don't look at my screen, man. There you go. All right, cool. You've been looking at my screen?
No.
Okay.
Try not to.
All right, here we go. All right, first question. What was your favorite class in college and why?
My favorite class in college was entrepreneurship. Just because, I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit. I think that...
Thank you very much. That's 5 seconds.
Go ahead.
No, I was just messing with you. Go ahead.
He wasn't for real. He was serious. He was serious.
I know, right? I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit. I think, like when you come out of high school, you just kind of follow the path. Okay, graduate high school, go to college. Oftentimes, a lot of people don't know what they want to do. And that was me. I went to college my first time for software engineering. My father was a software engineer.
Where'd you go to school at again?
TSU.
Okay, cool. Tennessee State University.
Yes, Big Blue. So, I quickly figured out that I wasn't ready for it. Because again, it takes a lot of discipline. So, I stopped and I actually started working with a good friend of mine who had a hip hop group called Grits. So I actually managed Grits for 4 years. For 4 years.
Grits,
yeah. So for 4 years I managed Grits.
This is a hip hop group, y'all. Now we're not talking about the breakfast dip.
Yeah. So got into the entertainment industry, learned that business. But that business is sort of like entrepreneurship. So that really just kind of taught me the ropes. And then when I stopped that, I went back to school. And I went back to school for business management because I knew then, okay, business management is what I want to do. And I was focused, man. I did 6 semesters in like 2 years, and I graduated with almost a 4.0 GPA. So I was focused.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, that was a long answer, but thank you.
Hey,
All right, so
I'm long-winded.
All right, next question. What song best describes you?
Don't say savage.
Please. Don't say savage. That's what you said, ain't it?
That's a good question, man. Wow. I would say Pete Rock and CL Smooth, Reminisce. Yeah.
Okay. What app do you use most on your phone?
My Slack.
Okay. What app do you use most for your business? Probably Slack, huh?
Slack.
Okay. What does Control F do?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Find. You gotta be able to find.
You see her face?
Oh my! Kara got hype. Oh man!
Man, searching them documents.
Kara knew something that you didn't know, so that's what she got excited about that.
No.
Yeah. Fine. That's what you get if you want to look like a spreadsheet. You trying to find?
He's trying to find one
Control
person.
I know Control C and Control V does.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Next one. What do we call 1 and 100 zeros?
1 and 100 zeros? Mm-hmm. A lot.
Yeah, you're right. But that's actually called Google.
Ah, yeah.
That's how they got their name.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. What is your favorite vegan dish?
I'm not vegan, so I don't know.
Okay. Vegetarian dish?
Not vegetarian.
I'm eating meat all day, every day.
No.
Okay.
No pork, no beef.
No, I'm just, dog, what you eating?
Chicken and fish. Yeah, chicken and fish.
All right. We rounded it out. Next one. How do you clear your mind after a stressful day?
I'll either go run. I run, or I'll just get in my car and just go driving.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What do you want to accomplish by 50? Just one thing. I know it's a lot. But
honestly, just make sure all my kids are through school and responsible adults.
Okay. Amen. Love it. How many kids you got?
7.
You got 7 kids, bro? 7. Wow.
7.
Congratulations, man.
Yes, that's a blessing.
That is a blessing, bro. A whole village of people.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
What's the biggest mistake you made in life? Or what's one big mistake you made in life? And what did you learn from it?
You know what, man? I always say I don't really have mistakes, but I'm gonna get personal. I'm gonna get real personal in this one. My mom, she had lupus. She had renal kidney failure, and she needed a kidney. And you know, I got tested. I was a 93% match to do the transplant, but I waited too long to get tested. So by that time, her oxygen levels had dropped, so they couldn't do the transplant. So that would be my biggest mistake, is waiting too long to get tested so we can do the transplant.
So what you learned from that would have been what? Don't procrastinate?
Don't procrastinate. You know, when it's there, you just got to do it. That's it.
That's good. We can stop the podcast right now. No, that was good, man. So that was fun. Are you an introvert or extrovert?
Extra.
And last one, who do you admire most?
Golly, man.
It's always a hard one.
That's a hard one, man, because you know, you know, the admirable answer would be your parents, your father, or somebody. But then, you know, if you're in business, you know, you want to name someone in business.
No, I mean, it can be anybody, man.
Yeah. Okay. So I would say it's golly, man.
You could say me, really. I mean, if you.
All right, you. I admire you.
I'm trying to let him off the hook.
Off the hook. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm talking to you. I admire you right now.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, well, that was good, man. Man, I really. One thing about this podcast is we just like telling stories. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so we want to jump in and talk about your story.
Okay.
And man, how you got into what you're doing, how you're growing this thing.
Sure.
Because the audience, you know, most of the folks watching are entrepreneurs, or they're in business, or they want to start a business. Okay. And they want to get some insights, man. Okay. Even some practical takeaways on some things that you did to persevere and have some success. So
sure.
So where are you from originally?
Born and raised in Nashville.
Okay, and where'd you go to high school, man?
I went to Glencliff.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's a trip, man. Like in Nashville, a lot of people say it's this town where like nobody is from here, but we've interviewed like several people that are doing good thing. You know, Karen's from Humboldt, Tennessee. Are you from Memphis? Okay, I thought you was like right outside of.
I think it's from like Halls, Tennessee, or something.
No, I don't
McKenzie.
know now you making up stuff.
Okay, but no, man, I'm from Nashville too, so that's cool, man. Yeah. So you went to TSU.
Yep.
You finished up.
Yep.
And then, so how long, so you became a manager,
right,
of Grits,
right,
the hip hop, that's a gospel hip hop group, right?
Right.
And then, so you did your thing there, you got your feet wet in managing in the music business, which is a hustle in and of itself. I mean, that's a grind and that's a trip. But how long ago, how did you end up going from like music and managing artists to starting an academy?
Yeah, so left Grits, went back to school, got my degree, got out. I was offered an insurance agency with Farmers Insurance, so I did that. Then my mom passed away, and you know that was a rough blow. So I kind of just kind of reevaluating life. You know, just although it was good money, I wasn't passionate about it because it wasn't mine. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna get back into the entertainment industry. So got back into the entertainment industry. I worked with an A-list artist. Not gonna say their name. Worked with an A-list artist for a couple years.
Why don't you want to say their name?
I just don't want to say their name.
What name one of their songs though?
So
was it like a hip hop artist still?
Yeah,
Were you still in hip hop?
uh-huh,
Okay.
yep,
Was it
hip-hop.
gospel or was it secular?
It was secular.
Secular
It
hip hop.
secular,
Where was the
yeah.
artist from?
Atlanta. I'll say Atlanta.
Atlanta. Okay.
Atlanta.
Okay. Who from Atlanta?
All of them.
Right, exactly.
All of them.
I don't know if I listen to ATL hip hop. I'm more of an East Coast dude.
So got into that, and this particular artist, like I said, A-list artist. So I mean, he had his hands in everything. So he was investing. He was actually investing in a tech startup.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to one of the meetings. Had me go just kind of check out the meeting, just kind of vet it. And I was like, okay, sure. I mean, I don't know anything about tech. At this point, I didn't. But that just kind of got me interested in tech. Like, wow, this is a whole new industry. It's so much opportunity, so much growth. So came back, and then I had an idea for a tech startup. So I started a recruitment app. Raised $400,000.
Who are you recruiting?
So this was just for, kind of like what Karen does. So, it was, for people to upload their resumes. But, you had your resume, but you also had your video resume. You could do a personality assessment, and a company could go there and find out everything about you. So that way you didn't. So
it was
that
like
way,
a hub for companies looking for talent.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So did that. That's where I met my co-founders. So they were my VP of engineering and my CTO. They came in much later. So we, that company failed. So we just kind of, okay, well, what are we going to do next? So
hold on. How'd you build an app if you don't know how to code?
Right, so I know business. So in that industry, you hire developers.
Okay.
You hire developers. You pay developers hundreds of thousands of dollars.
So that's why you raised money and they built the app. Okay,
yeah, built the app. Spent time out in San Francisco. That was fun. Learned a lot out there. But then we started a healthcare app, and then that's why I was in pre-flight. That's why I met Karen. So during that time, I think it was like right before our demo day. Actually, like 2 days before the demo day, like my father died. So I was like, man. So it was just a tough time, but I stopped with that. I was like, I'm just gonna take a break because my mind's not there. So later in that year, my father's a software developer, so he used to always say, hey, you should consider going to a coding school and just picking up the skills, so that way you're not paying developers hundreds of thousands of dollars. You can just build it yourself. But I don't have the patience for that. I like business, so I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. But then later that year, I was talking to Byron and Christian. I was like, hey, the idea we had earlier in the year about just maybe starting a school? I was like, I think we should go ahead and do it.
So one of your co-founders?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So because we were building the healthcare app, and we was like, man, we should just, get our own engineers. Like, we should start start teaching people how to code. But it was just kind of talk,
Yeah.
So, but then so later that year, I think October, we was like, okay, let's do it. So we said, okay, we're gonna start the company. So we formed the company, got the logo, got the name, put together, how we wanted to roll out our classes, and put our due date in terms of when we wanted to do it. So we said, okay, January 2020 is when we're going to launch our first classes. So we just worked backwards. So that's what we did. And
how long did it take you to where were you when you set that January 2020 date?
2 months.
When was
it? Took us 2 months.
A couple months.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not long at all. So it took us 2 months, because Byron and Christian are developers. So, so like they build everything out. So launched the school, and here we are.
Wow, that's crazy. So you have two co-founders? Okay. And so y'all launched the school January 2020.
January 2020.
So COVID hit like February, March. How did that impact you guys?
Very beneficially, because we are an online school, right? So we didn't have to worry about overhead in terms of paying for a building, getting insurance. I mean, just all these extra costs. So we started out online, and COVID hit, and people were losing their jobs. Companies were having to switch to a digital environment, and we just thrived. I mean, a lot of people enrolled in the CodeX Academy last year.
How'd y'all get the word out though? Because I mean, if you you just launched a school, a lot of people build a website, and then they like, okay, how do I get my customers? Or how do I get the word out?
Yeah, so Biz Journal did an article on us in January. So that was the
Nashville
first,
Business Journal.
Yeah,
Okay.
Nashville Business Journal. So that was the first kind of.
Did y'all hit them up?
I have a contact over there.
Okay.
I talked to him,
Yeah.
and we did that, and then obviously social media. But then it was like, hey, I want to work smarter, not harder. So what we did was we went and got partners that basically marketed for us. So so we had a partner out in San Francisco. We had a partner in Florida. And where else? Somewhere I can't remember.
So who are these partners though? Like other organizations that
so
kind
these,
of create a pipeline for you?
so these are like tech recruiting firms. I mean, I'm actually about to drop a gym for somebody, for anybody. So
okay, everybody stop.
So
gym drop time.
Yeah, dropping gyms.
Let's go.
So what we did was we partnered with a tech recruiting company out in San Francisco, and what we did was, because I mean, a lot of people are not qualified for the jobs that you're trying to get them into. So you say, hey, you know what? Since you're not qualified, just go back to school, pick up these skills, and then come back to me. So what we did was we worked with those tech firms and said, hey, all your rejections, send them to us. We'll train them. And that's what we did. I mean,
and the candidate is paying for their service, or is the tech firm paying?
No,
for it?
the candidate's still paying.
Okay.
For it. Yeah, so they were sending us, I don't know, maybe 200 students a month.
Oh wow,
200 students a month. But they also work with the bigger schools too, like General Assembly and Flatiron. So we were competing.
Okay.
So we were competing directly with those schools.
Yeah. But so let me ask you this though, because like and Karen, like if somebody isn't qualified for a position you're trying to fill, they may not only need another skill, but don't they need experience too? So how does that play into like?
So for my roles is a little different because we do senior, so we're doing people that's got 5 to 3 to 5 years of experience. So we don't do anything that's
so it's not like an entry level or
no.
Okay.
So you can't just go necessarily pick up the skill that they looking for. Like maybe though, like cloud. So like a lot of companies are like, okay, I need somebody that has AWS experience. Now they could probably go pick up there, get a certification, then come back. But like Java, they looking for somebody that's been playing and doing and creating in Java for 5-6 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So these I like to call them referral partners, but these strategic partners for you.
That's what it was.
We're sending. You said about 200 students a month.
About 200 students a month. They were actually sending us 200 students, and they were sending General Assembly 200 students.
Wow.
So we were competing directly with them. But yeah, I mean, but just for us, I mean, like we take a different approach. I'm kind of answering your question too, and both of your questions. But so we take a different approach. I mean, we get our students in. We have a mastery-based curriculum, so we don't do cohorts. We don't do cohorts. Our curriculum is online. It's free. You can go out there and get it. If you feel like you can code on your own, I mean, come to CodeX. Our curriculum's there. We'll let you in.
Hold on. Okay, so you said it's free?
It's free.
So somebody can go to like codexacademy.com and do like a self-guided sort of.
So the instructor led is what they pay for.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, that's a cool concept.
So then the second, the premium option, so to speak, is instructor led. They have the structure and the red, like we were talking about before, versus going to YouTube and trying to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
So so cohort or regular college or universities, you have semesters or cohorts. So you start January, you end in May. Good luck keeping up with the instructor. Hope you pass, but in May you're done. We'll see you later. Well, we take the risk out of that because we want the students to really excel. So we make sure they master each level before we actually pass them to the next level. So they have to master JavaScript before we move them on. And then we pair each student with their very own mentor. This mentor is a working full stack engineer. So they're there as their personal tutor throughout the entire program. And then once they finish, we put them in a guaranteed 90-day internship. And the reason we do that is because we're jump starting that experience section on their resume to help them become more marketable. So we have a 94% hire rate within the first 30 days.
That's great.
Well, I mean, but that's, because
Is this the self-guided or the?
this is for the ones who graduated.
Who
But
get the premium. Okay.
yeah, but no, I mean, chances are, they'll get a job off of where they intern, right? So
Okay, gotcha.
that helps. But I mean, we also have a slew of hiring partners too. So
No, that's awesome.
Great.
All right, man. Let's take a quick break, man. We're gonna highlight one of our sponsors of the podcast, and we'll be right back.
Turn after these messages.
Oh, what's up? Hey, listen, quick break. We got to tell you about one of our amazing sponsors, and that sponsor is Your Six. Okay, you can go to your6.com to check them out. But let me tell you what Your Six does. They are a camera surveillance company, right? You see these cameras up on large commercial buildings or small buildings. It could be a restaurant, a coffee house, or a big commercial, edifice. And if you think about the surveillance that is available and the security that it provides, all this is in the cloud with Your Six, all right? Now, Your Six is one of our vendors, so if you're looking to get a quick quote or quick options for security surveillance, reach out to mytechpartners.com. Let me tell you what else they do. Access control, anything security, right? If you think security, like access control on the doors, cameras inside, outside, it's cool stuff. And all of the footage lives in the cloud. So you don't have a lot of equipment and all that good stuff. So you can check them out at your6.com to see what's available, and then reach out to us to get a quote at mytechpartners.com. All right, guys, back to this episode. Yeah, man. So I think it's kind of cool that so folks who go through CodeX Academy at the premium level, right? They have an instructor, they have a mentor, and then they get a guaranteed 90-day internship.
Guaranteed.
So you got partners out there, you got companies out there that you're partnering with, obviously, which are offering these 90-day guaranteed interns, and then you got a 94% hire rate
within the first 30 days.
Wow, that's a pretty good track record, man. So how many?
It's a good selling point.
Yeah. How many students do you guys have going through? Like, is it like a new?
It's like
it's always revolving.
Yeah.
Okay. Because everybody's kind of on a different pace.
Yeah. So So I'm getting notification now. People are signing up right now. So it's just always, we get probably 3 or 4 people signing up a day at this point. So
how much does it cost?
It depends on which program. So we have a 3-month front-end developer certification. It's $4,500. We have a 6-month full stack developer. That's $9,000, and then we have a 9-month full stack agile engineer. That's $13,500.
Now, man, I saw something, I think in the paper or whatever, and this may have been in the Biz Journal, where CodeX, your company, got not necessarily funding, but partner with a lender, or did I see that right?
Yeah, so we offer ISAs too. So we offer obviously monthly direct payments, so you can pay in full. We offer financial aid, so we have 2 financial aid partners we use, and then we offer income share agreements, and this just allows a student to go through the program with no upfront costs for its tuition, and they pay us back when they get a job. So the partner we're with. They work with a lot of schools, so they only give us to certain schools. It's like you have to have certain numbers, but it's we got $10 million in basically financing for it.
Yeah. And how many students are coming through to say, I don't have the money, but when I get a job, I'll pay it?
You know what? It's a good majority of people. Because no one has $9,000. Now. We do have students who are paying in full. Don't get me wrong, but it's a very small percentage. So majority of people take financial aid or they take ISAs.
It's like college,
Yeah, it's exactly like college. Exactly like college.
$20,000 a year. Let me just write a check for that. Okay, no, that's cool, man. So tell me about some other things that you guys are doing, like other streams of revenue or offerings that CodeX offers.
Yeah. So I like to think like CodeX, we kind of like a hybrid between Amazon and Apple. The Apple piece is, we don't, market everything. When it comes out is when you find out. Like to be secretive a little bit. I mean, it's just a wow factor. But the Amazon piece is we have different lines of business. So, before Jeff Bezos, left, so Jeff Bezos is gone now. So Andy Jassy's running Amazon. So he's running the entire, company, the entire umbrella. But underneath that umbrella, you have AWS, you have Prime, you have
the grocery store.
Yeah, grocery. You have movies. So CodeX is the same way. So we have our individual students who come in every day, every month. But then we have our boot camp as a service. We call it BAS. This is where we partner with colleges for them to be able to offer an online coding boot camp. So we do this so here locally, we do this with Nashville State, and we're in talks with another college here. Can't say the name just yet, but we also work with 10 other colleges around the country. And we're actually going out to a conference here in about 2 weeks. We're actually leading the conference. It's going to be like 3,000 colleges there. So one of our college partners in another state is actually presenting with us. So we should probably walk away with at least 20 new college partners. So we have direct students, boot camp as a service. We also do company upskilling. So like we do this with Lifeway Christian. We started this last year where we take employees within the company that want to get into technology. We train them, and then they just basically go to a different department.
Nice. Okay.
So we started that last year with Lifeway. So we're doing that with other companies. Then we work with. So that's the third. And then the fourth is we work with different cities around the country to help their underserved communities get access to technology and coding. So for example, what we do in Sarasota, Florida is we work with the high school seniors in those underserved communities who want to go to college but can't due to financial constraints. We give them the opportunity to come to CodeX Academy. We waive their fees. We do scholarships, financial aid, obviously, but we also grant 2 scholarships for people who are 18 and up in those same communities as well. So we're getting the high schools, but we're also getting the adults too. So we do that in Florida, with Sarasota. We do it in Louisiana. We do it in Arkansas. We do it in Birmingham. We do it.
And are you working with the city government there, or
working with the city government? Yep.
Yeah, nice.
So those are 4 lines of business right now. So we're actually about to add one more, which is kind of in the works. So, but with all that being said, we have different people who run those different lines of business.
So how big is the team then?
Golly, man, we just hired some more people this week. Maybe 110.
Wow. So that includes like all your instructors too, your mentors.
Instructors, mentors, leadership, operations, sales. Yeah.
So y'all big time now. Anytime you say you got 100 team members, like that's pretty intense. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of work, man. But you guys, like you said, you got those 4 silos of business, and obviously you got to have leadership to run that,
right?
And scale. So where do you see like the business going in the next 5 years or so? Is it just growing out those lines?
Growing out those lines. I would like for us to be just kind of a trusted source, so when companies say, hey, we want to, it's like we need to, grow our cloud department, or we need to grow our, iOS department, like let's go to CodeX Academy instead of them like looking at General Assembly and all the other bigger schools, which, those schools are doing $150 to $300 million a year. So I see us very well.
What are y'all doing? Are y'all's numbers public? I ain't trying to get in your business.
No, it's not.
But I am.
Of course you are.
It's not public,
okay.
But I mean we're up there. We're up there. Yeah.
That's good.
Now, so who's y'all's competition, man? Because we had Pivot Technology on, I guess a month or so ago.
Okay.
And it sounds like, their model is a little different than y'all's. I guess they got cohorts going on, but they also are working internally with other companies to help their internal employees as well.
That's a good model. That's a good model. I mean, it's, a lot of other schools are doing it. So once we got into it, we saw a lot of other schools are doing it too. So, it's just about visibility. It's about just getting in the door.
Sure.
So once you're in the door, you can pretty much sell it. Because it's a very in-demand field. And a lot of companies want to be able to hire within rather than source. So
let me ask you a question about the boot camp as a service, BAS, right?
Okay.
So is that a white label thing for the university, for the school?
That's exactly what it is. So if you
Okay.
think about like Vanderbilt white labels theirs. LSU white labels theirs.
Could I white label it?
You could if you want to.
Yeah. Could I? So let's say like Mitech partners wanted to or a company out there wanted to white label BAS and then offer it to their clientele or their network or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That's a good model. I like that.
Yeah, we need to talk about that, man.
Let's talk.
Shoot, maybe I should. I don't know. I always got ideas.
He does.
I got ideas for days.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you remember. I'm not sure if you saw that we were on this television show, Complex.
Yes, I did see that, bro.
So yeah,
a reality show, right?
Yeah, so that was something Ray J wanted to do. He wanted to do, Ray Code or something like something he called it Ray Code.
So he wanted to white label it. So what happened with that? What was the name of that show again?
It was called Good Looking Out. It was through Complex.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that was Ray J, kind of like a Shark Tank.
Yeah.
Maybe because other people were like judges too, right?
Well, it wasn't really a judge type of show. It was more or less, hey, we're going to help you. So you're on the show, they're going to figure out a way to help you. It wasn't like, hey, I like it, but not for me. It was like, hey, we're going to help you.
Okay.
So, we ended up. Right now, we're not working with Ray J, just because we got a bigger opportunity, I don't want to say bigger, but it is.
Just another opportunity. Okay.
Just another opportunity. Another individual who took interest in us and is working with us. It's one of our business, the well-known businessman who's working with us. So.
No, that's cool. I love it. How'd y'all get on the show though? The reality show. Is that something you had to audition for, or
you know what? No.
Or you just applied? And they interviewed you.
I have a friend who's executive.
Oh, you were in the hip hop business though. Okay.
Yeah, so it's our relationship. It's our relationship.
Right.
But I will tell you, a month after that, Shark Tank emailed me and they wanted us to be on the show. So we went through the whole process of being on Shark Tank. Like we actually made it to the last round, and we didn't make it. And they said it was because there was just so many applicants and so many contestants. But they want us to apply for this upcoming season. But we'll see.
How long is the process to get on Shark Tank? Is it months or is it really quick?
From start to the fourth phase is probably about 6 weeks.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, it's not.
That's
Okay.
months.
Yeah. No.
I guess they do have quick timelines. They got to get you in, get it taped.
Yeah.
Wow. So I will say, we didn't make it, but we still got a good connection.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt.
Still got a good
Because you can still get introductions. Somebody can say, "Look, if you're not gonna be on the show, but let me introduce you to somebody."
Put it like this. What I will say is, we got access to one of the sharks. I will say that.
Okay. The bald-headed one.
Can't say who it is. But
Hey,
I'm gonna get it out.
He's the one that had the educational company or whatever. That he saw.
a lot of them did.
For billions of. Oh yeah, you're right.
A lot of them did.
Oh boy.
A lot of them did. We email probably 3 or 4 times a month.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So are you guys in the process of raising money then?
No.
Okay.
No. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately. Fortunately, we don't have to. But
Because you got the cash flow, you got the traction, so to speak.
Yeah. But if somebody just threw a crazy number at us, we gotta definitely look at it.
Yeah. But with the sharks, though, it's a matter of partnering with somebody who may have crazy connections and stuff like that.
There you
Right.
go.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all about connections. It's all about connections and visibility.
Yeah. Well, man, I want to say congratulations to you
Thank you,
because
bro.
I know that you guys were nominated in Nashville. There's something called the Next Awards.
Yeah.
And actually, Karen, you were nominated too.
I think we're in the same.
We are in the same.
Y'all look competing.
Never a competition. If either one of us win, it's a win. Okay?
Yeah, it's a win.
Wow,
But
that's
yeah, I
pretty
think so.
cool,
It's a
man.
win.
I surround myself with nominees.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? All right, so let me explain to the people who don't know. So in Nashville, the National Entrepreneur Center puts on an entrepreneur award show every year called the Next Awards. It's like the doggone Grammys for Nashville entrepreneurs, really. Mitech was nominated like 5 years ago, I think. We didn't win, but we were nominated. I went to the event. It was crazy. I mean, it was like everybody was dressed up. It looked like the doggone Oscars when they take you behind stage to bring the 3 entrepreneurs out in your category. You know, they like. I mean, it's so organized. They got the people with the headset on back here. You know, they tell you what to do if you win. If you don't win, what to do. I mean, it's like I was like, dang, I feel important. They didn't call my name though, but no. So Phil with CodeX Academy and Karen with Mitech Agency were nominated in the same category. And what's the category?
Emerging technology.
Emerging technology. Okay, and it's only 3 in each category. So I don't know who the other company was, but you guys are 2 of those.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty cool, man.
So basically, the odds are high that either one of us will win.
No doubt.
Right. I win for the culture.
Yeah, and the way that they choose the winner. Do y'all know how they choose the winner?
No.
They got a board.
Oh, okay.
They have like, well, it's not a board, but it's a group of folks who they have chosen to pick the winner.
Okay.
You know, and they.
Are you on the board?
No,
Yeah.
I'm not.
Okay. Good.
But I have friends on the board though. I have friends on the board, so no, that's cool, man. Man, congratulations to both of you guys.
Thank you.
I hope you win. I hope you win.
Come on now.
And then you're
Either
supposed to
one of
say,
us.
"I hope you win."
Yes, either one of us would be great.
But even though Mitech didn't win several years ago, I was telling Phil earlier, I always use that as marketing to say,
Okay.
"Hey, nominated, next award, E or whatever you call it."
Okay. Awesome.
So that's cool, man. All right, man. So last thing I want to ask you, Phil, is as it relates to entrepreneurship,
Sure.
growing a business, pushing through any barriers or challenges. Like, what advice would you give somebody that really wants to, build a business, especially maybe a software or a SaaS business? What advice would you give somebody?
That's a really good question.
prevail?
That's a really good question, Bill, because one of my old bosses, not our Comcast boss, but
I forgot you worked at Comcast. Oh man! Yeah.
one of my old bosses that I'm really good friends with. We kept up with each other throughout the years. He just left the company in July, and he's called me a couple times, just kind of asking me about what should he do, as far as starting his business. Okay, now he has the idea. Like, we were texting at like 4:00 this morning actually, and he was like, "Hey, I got the idea now." So, and I tell him, I said, "Look, I mean, the hardest step is just the first step. Just take the first step. I mean, because what you're going to do is you're going to think yourself out of it, because nothing is going to be right. Nothing's going to align perfectly. You just have to do it and build the pieces as you go." So that's what I would say. I mean, for anyone looking to start a business, if you got the idea, I mean, just start to build it. I mean, whether it's building a website, whether it's getting your social media together, whether it's registering a company, with the IRS or whatever, just do something to take that first step. Because once you take that first step, you have no other choice but to take the next step. So it's like walking.
You should get that momentum.
Yeah.
I just thought about something, man. That you mentioned, like losing your mother, losing your father, and how much do you draw on, like, I don't know, the inspiration from that, or how did you grow from that, and how does that play into your entrepreneurial journey?
It plays a huge part in it. Just because for one, I want to. I'm taking my dad's advice, by getting into, software development and training students. But also just I mean, I'm fairly young. I mean, it's very difficult to lose your parents at a very young age. So I'm essentially out here by myself. So I can't. If I get into a rough situation, I can't call my dad or I can't call my mom. I mean, so I have to figure it out on my own. And I mean, that just makes me work even harder. It makes me just be more creative. Go after every opportunity. Because again, I mean, now it's just me, and now I look at my kids. I mean, like they're looking for me to make sure that they survive. So, yeah.
No, that's deep, man.
Right.
No, I always say like your experiences like build you as a person, right? Like we're the makeup of what we've experienced, and then that plays into how we approach life. Whether it's our business or whatever else it is. No, so hey, man, appreciate you for coming in. Great discussion, and I know that we got some cool takeaways for entrepreneurs out there. And folks looking to thrive in technology. Now, so people can reach out to you by doing what? Just going to CodexAcademy.com? Or?
It's CodeX.Academy. That's the website, www.codex.academy. Or you can find us on all the social media channels at CodeX Academy Online. Or, just send an email at contact@codex.academy. And, someone will, reach out to you. And if you have a question, I mean, we'll definitely reach out to you. For sure. Awesome. So reach out, y'all, if you got them questions, or if you want to access that premium level. You know what I'm saying? Jump in there. Hey, we want to say thanks to our sponsors, especially Comcast Business. We got ICS. We got Big Leaf Networks, 8x8, Wow Cable, and who am I missing? You got it. I got everybody? All right, cool. That's a lot of sponsors.
Yeah, I said Big Leaf. Yeah, and so we recently had a podcast launch event, and those sponsors helped us put that event on, and they're sponsors for 3 months of the podcast as well. So
nice. Yeah, man.
So we're having a lot of fun and looking to do more things with those vendors. So if you need help with your internet, resiliency, cybersecurity, voice over IP, any of those services for your business, small, medium, or enterprise, reach out to us at TechDontSleep.com, or you can go to MyTechPartners.com and get a quote from one of those sponsors for sure. Hey, and make sure you're following us on YouTube. I'm telling you. Now, you may be listening to this on Apple or Spotify or something like that, but if you watch it on YouTube, it's a much better experience, okay? Because you can see Phil looking at his phone and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But let me call you out.
Yes, you did.
It's like Jesus is calling me. But follow the channel on YouTube and make sure you hit that bell so you get a notification when we drop new episodes and new videos every week. And follow us on Apple too. And we appreciate y'all. Thank you, Karen, as well. As always, for coming through. Hair and makeup did just right. You know what I'm saying? And again, y'all, congratulations, man, for being nominated for the next awards. We look forward to seeing the outcome and the success afterwards.
I hope you win.
Thank you.
And then you say,
same.
There you go. Hey, when you from West Tennessee, sometimes
I
hope you win. Me too.
Right.
Okay. I get it. Hey, appreciate y'all. Holla. See y'all next time.
Just be smooth. Stop to lie. Can't stop to lie. Won't stop to lie. Ain't no cheat code. Just be smooth.
I just stand by.
Well, I need to know how long you gonna stand by. Is it like long enough to get some coffee, or is it stand by like?
Well, we're gonna record for like 45 minutes. You got a hard stop at 11:30, right? We'll be done waiting for that. So, nah, you do wait. Can you get coffee in 5 minutes?
Can I get coffee from you?
Yeah. Go
I
ahead.
can wait because I really don't want sugar.
Right.
I want something from you. So I wait.
There you go.
You got me like this.
Oh, big dog.
Who's big dog?
I got me and Siri gotta go on a field trip.
I am.
Pick me up some batteries.
So you co-host?
Am I?
You co-host? You co-hosting?
Am I co-hosting?
Co-hosting.
Co-hosting.
Oh, yes. Yes, Bill has pulled me in.
That coffee.
So we were
Right.
doing,
Parents sleep.
Okay.
And he don't even have his article, so I could add something.
No, we good.
Are you ready? Are you sure? You got the game?
You know what? Just give me a second.
20 minutes later.
So you haven't tried this flavor yet?
I've only had like black magic, I think. I call it black magic. I don't think it's
Now,
dark magic or
and I
something.
don't really like trying stuff, like new stuff.
Me either.
I don't like dates, but this right here is, yeah.
So I like dates. Well, because I used to make my own milk when I first went vegan. I'm not vegan anymore. But when I first went vegan, I used to make my own milk, so you have to use dates for your sweetener. It's a good.
Cashew, was it cashew milk?
Cashew milk is the easiest, but I made cashew and almond. Almond takes longer because you got to strain it. But if you real vegan, you take that and you can make flour, almond flour with it.
Yeah, my mom's vegan.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right, guys, are y'all ready?
I'm part-time too.
I got the audio going, so you can go ahead and...
Oh, word up.
Yeah,
Word to the mother. You know what I'm saying?
So, Bill, I need you to scoot in.
Let's go in, Bill. But what's the article?
Right.
How to code. Learn how to code.
So you gonna share it with Karen?
I'll bounce off.
Yeah, just bounce off. You know what I'm saying?
Do you have the game?
I got the game.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh. What's going on?
Thank you.
All right, just let me know when y'all ready, man.
Finally! So 1, 2. Are you ready, Bill?
Stay ready.
I'm making that up.
Yeah, that's a lie. So I'm asking again. Are you ready?
I am real.
What's the lighting? It's good? Okay.
Y'all look great.
Karen, your makeup is fine.
Thank
Good
you.
grief.
Thank you.